Hello and welcome to another update video about ICP. It has been a while. I can't remember if I actually did a TA video on ICP. If I ever did one, I don't actually think so. I did talk about ICP many months ago, and I think at the time it was around $45. I think that was very early days here of my channel before it then started to move up all the way up to 85, but I didn't really cover it then anymore. And since it has really been bleeding out, I have been watching it very closely recently, very closely. I'm glad I didn't go in, because I did think about going in here at around $35–36, because the way it looked, I tell you that, I'm glad it didn't. I held off. So how this is looking for me is like a larger ABC, pretty much what most cryptos are doing now. So when we were here at around the 10th or the 12th of January, I thought about, well, is it worth going in here? Because it looked like that for ICP, the low was already in. Yeah, because you've got your A, you've got your B, you've got your C. We had here something like a 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe a 5. Yeah, even though the wave 4 wasn't very clear. But what started down there was, first of all, we had a lower low. Yeah, so basically for me, potential confirmation that we have an ABC in here. And we did make a very nice W pattern here. So you had your low here, your higher low, and you made a series of higher lows. And this to me looked like, and everybody who's a bit familiar with the Elliott waves might recognize that it looked for me a little bit like a leading diagonal here. So what we had here in the end, at the time, it looked a bit like that we had here. Better go to the 4-hour chart. That we actually had a beginning of an impulse here. So we had here 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you had a 5, which didn't quite get to the previous 3, but that is possible. And then I did expect here, a move down. And because I did spot that when it was already at the wave 5, so I thought, look, let's hold off, because after wave 5 you normally get a bit of a correction, but it actually did make another lower low. Yeah, not great, but that means we are now at a new point, so that basically invalidated that pattern. But the potential is now that we've here seen the wave C. I mean, we've come all the way down to $18, and the Coinbase chart doesn't even show that level before. So we are really here in a downtrend. But why I find that so interesting, this cryptocurrency, is first of all, ICP, it has a very long roadmap. I think it's a solid project. It did piss off a lot of investors in the beginning. It was very hyped. I think it was the only crypto that jumped right into the top 10 by market cap, and then it did bleed out. Few dodgy things were going on there, but they've changed a lot of things. They've got a very long roadmap. I think it's going like on for 30 years, that roadmap, so you need a lot of patience. But it's related to the decentralized internet, the Web 3.0, yeah. And the price is, in my view, very attractive at the moment. And the Web 3.0 could be the next hype in the crypto market, in my view. And we have just made a lower low, and I decided to buy. Yeah, I decided to buy a small quantity of ICP. I do hold some ICP from here, from when I bought it initially at around $40. Before it then moved up, but I decided to go in once more now with at a lower level here. This is speculative. It's risky, because officially you couldn't see the downtrend as complete yet, but I'm really curious about this project. Really like the project, like the concept of it. And what I find very interesting is here this so you can define a very clear downtrending line. And if I look at that, this looks like a massive descending wedge, and we're just moving here closer and closer to the apex. Yes, certainly, we could go on here for 1 or 2 months still in this descending wedge. But we have, first of all, we've started to move up here nicely today. So we could here see another beginning of an impulse potentially, yeah. I think we're going to approach here the 20-day moving average very soon, which is at $24. And if we break out from here, that could be some nice potential, certainly, all the way up to $86 initially. Yeah, just looking at purely the technical side of that pattern here, because typically you say, well, the target is, if the target of a wedge is basically where the wedge begins, right? So it would be here at 86. or 87 US dollars. There would be some nice upside. At the moment, clearly, you know what, we are still in a downtrend, but we are actually, that downtrend is slowing down. You know, we can see it here on the 4-day chart where the RSI actually started down here at 8. It's been moving up constantly, you know, making lower lows on the price chart, but actually higher lows on the 4-day chart on the RSI. Very unique chart, you know, and it's really, really low. And we see a massive bullish divergence on the 4-day RSI. I find that quite meaningful actually. On the 2-day RSI as well. Yes, you can see that. So if I zoom in a little bit on the price, you can see making lower lows on the chart, higher lows on the RSI. For me, very clear bullish divergence on the daily. You can of course see it as well. I think the weekly isn't a long enough history yet. Oh yeah, actually it is. So also here you can see a bullish divergence, basically indicating that the downtrend is just slowing down, right? And at some point you should see here some upside. I think it's a nice, very interesting chart, and the concept and the whole project itself I find very interesting as well. The decentralized internet, all related to Web 3.0, addressing all the issues with the centralized internet and that is controlled by a few large corporations, right? Yeah, so overall, that's what I see here. I think we can see here potentially now very soon the beginning of an impulse. Maybe I did go in a little bit too early. There could be some further downside because we haven't really seen a breakout yet, but I want to hold this longer term. You know, it's a long roadmap as well, and it's a bit speculative. Didn't go in with a massive amount or anything, but just found it very interesting. And looking at the chart and the potential breakout pattern here, a descending wedge, which is massive. If that breaks out, we could see some nice upside. And yeah, let's see what's going to happen. Just want to keep you updated here about ICP. Unfortunately, we haven't really seen here any significant upside yet. We are still making lower lows. So until we really see a first higher low, then I remain here still short-term bearish. But I think we could be at a very nice low here. And it's moving really different to other cryptos, ICP. A very unique chart, and I think we could have completed this ABC pattern here. Of course, there is no guarantee that we've actually seen the low yet, but looking at it in a little bit more detail, maybe on the 4-hour chart, that wave C now could really be complete, because what we possibly have seen here could have been here a yeah, basically a wave to the downside here, maybe a wave 1, 2, then you came down here in a wave 3, came all the way up in a wave 4. And what I find very interesting is that wave 4 exactly, or does not cross that wave 1. Yeah, you can see that here it doesn't cross it, and this is all valid. Yeah, it does not cross the wave 1, and this could then therefore be the wave 4. And then we have seen here wave 5, and there could be another move down. Yeah, there could be, but maybe another leg or so, then maybe that's it. And after that, we could see some upside potential here. The wave C is already very long. So yeah, it's an interesting one that I might cover in going forward. Let me know if you want me to cover it. Find ICP fairly interesting. And yeah, just did buy a little amount of ICP. So hopefully you liked the update about ICP. If you did, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.